Hey, what's up, everybody? Remember us? We're here to deliver another episode of From Dusk Till Dawn Radio. Thanks for joining us. We are the one and only hosts of the show, East Coast Horror Group. That's me, I'm Drew. And here, I believe, in the studio with me tonight, is Mr. Michael Exler. What's up, Mike?
What's going on? Just chilling on another Thursday night.
Friday Junior. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah, Friday J.
No, that's not what I said.
JR.
What?
JR Junior.
Slobberknocker.
Yeah. Somebody stop the damn match.
Oh my. So it's been a long time. I don't even know if we remember how to do this. I almost forgot what to do to introduce us. I almost forgot my own name. I haven't had to say it. That might be more of an issue. Some sort of an identity crisis on my part. But yeah, I'm glad we're back in the saddle again. I'm glad to be able to talk about horror movies with everybody. We're refreshed. We're ready to go. This is a new year, new us. I'm just kidding. We'll do the same dumb shit we do every time.
Boom.
Hopefully. But Mike, what the fuck have you been up to, man?
Not too much, man. Just, got a new job and been doing that dealio. And
stupid. Why would you get a job?
I don't know.
Working's overrated.
I wish I didn't have to work and just money was there. But
you could sell your body.
Nobody would buy it.
No, I mean like a kidney.
No, they probably don't want that either. So, no, there's the same old shit, man. Just doing the new gig and just getting ready to get back in the saddle with this show and with Dead On Movie Reviews.
What's that?
It's our every select Tuesday movie review show with the two of us, Tim Critchman and a special guest panelist that we never know who's it going to be. It could be
it's going to be Cyndi Lauper this time.
Hell, Tim could say
still being worked on, actually, guys. So we couldn't announce it even if we wanted to.
I could make things up and I could just make stuff up like I did just now.
Princess Leia's coming on.
Dead. She's dead as fuck, dude.
I heard it was Ashley Lawrence.
Ashley. But we'll be talking horror movies and rating them and berating them if we didn't like. So, that's about it. How about you? What have you been up to?
Just trying to not go to jail.
Yeah, Megan's Law
every
is
day I wonder, down. Are they going to find the body? Aren't they going to find the body? And every day that they don't find it is another day, in paradise. So
every day I'm hustling.
No, this isn't that kind of show.
Oh, okay.
You know what else kind of show this is definitely not?
What's that, Drew?
A Rondeau Award nominated for 2018 show.
It is not.
No.
We have been forsaken by the Rondeau committee.
We have been. We almost came. It almost was just exactly to play the sad trombone.
Would this have been our fourth year?
I believe so. I thought this was like the third year. I think we're already 4 times. That would have been the 5th time, I believe.
No, this would have been 4. This would have been 4.
See, it was just so automatic for us. We just forgot how many we had. But it gives us something to strive for, I think.
Someone has to contact the Rondeau committee and say, what does the From Dusk Till Dawn Radio have to do to get back in the graces of nominations?
No.
What can we do?
I mean, that's the real reason why we haven't been on for the past almost 3 months is because, or at least I'll speak for myself, I was so distraught emotionally that I had to take some time off for myself. and just realign my thoughts and realize that I do still have worth in this world, and that my life shouldn't depend on whether or not I'm nominated for a Rondeau Award, and that shouldn't be something I want to kill myself for.
True.
So
True.
yeah,
True.
yeah.
I did some research.
Okay.
I spoke to the Rondeau committee.
Geez, that was quick. Great job, Tim. I know that's why we pay you.
Hey, I'm not fucking around here. I don't know what you think I'm doing over here all the time, but we're working things over here.
So, do you actually talk to Rondeau himself?
I spoke to Mr. He prefers to be called Mr. Rondeau.
Okay.
I spoke to Mr. Rondeau. I said, Mr. Rondeau, and he said, please call me Mr. And I said, well, Mr., why was the incredible podcast from Dusk Till Con Radio not given a 4th year nomination for the Rondeau Award? And Mr. Rondeau, he sat back in his overstuffed leather chair in a room with mahogany bookcases, pulled out a cigar that was 6 inches long, lit it up, and he said, we just don't agree with your move toward being a family-friendly podcast. This is a big change, and we just can't support it. I'm out.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for that. That's hot news off the presses, so I can't believe that that's the reason why. That's fine with me. I'll accept that because, my moral compass directs me, obviously, to my more Christian background, and I like being there and being able to lift the spirits up personally and to inspire a whole generation of young people. Mike, what are your thoughts?
I was actually so distraught that I actually quit my job and I went hiking in the Himalayas, try to find my center, to try to find what it was all about. And I found out what it was all about, and I came back. And
what did you find in your center exactly?
That the Rondeau Award Committee are most likely, I imagine, pedophiles.
Whoa.
So yeah. I thought to myself, I don't need accolades from pedophiles.
Wow, that's a strong accusation to put out there.
No, I'm not accusing. That's just how
it seems.
I'm not saying they are.
Okay.
But, if I had the first thing I think of is pedophilia.
Well, you mean just period, or
when I think of the Rondeau Award?
Oh, okay.
So, I was looking at the list of nominations, and it's slim pickings out there, folks. Not in just our category, but in any category. They actually had interviews, I guess, that were recently published, but they were like, one interview was from 2008.
What?
I'm like, what the fuck? This is 2018, son. Like, why are we talking about shit from 2008?
It's literally a decade ago.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's a joke, and I just find it funny that some people care so much about this Rondeau Award. One person.
Do people care so much about it?
One person does. I actually had to unfriend them on Facebook because they were just their timeline was nothing but a commercial for vote for me for Rondeau Awards. Yippee-ki-yay. I was like, I'm over this.
We could run an award system. It would take about 20 minutes with me on the website, and we could put it out there, and it would be much easier to vote on than that thing.
That's true.
What, you don't have to mail something in via FedEx? And
no, dude. First of all,
check it off with a highlighter. Yeah.
And then fax it. Who owns a fax machine anymore?
Rondeau's.
We should start an award show called the Rondeaus, where we only honor women in the horror industry. We already are millionaires from that idea, by the way. Anyway.
Hashtag time's up!
Hashtag that time is up, dog.
Hashtag me too.
Say that. Hashtag this is getting bad. So I think we've wasted enough time talking about the Rondeau Awards and how they left us out this year. So I mean, we're on to our. I think that our goal really is to be nominated for a Grammy. So
Yes.
Make sure you go out and buy our album. The East Coast Core Group Sings the Hits.
Vocal stylings.
That's gonna be up for a Grammy. It's it will be up against Kendrick Lamar and Beyonce and Ed Sheeran. So it should be interesting. Best audiobook. We should read children's books. Just try to be nominated for that.
I think we should. Our sole purpose is to be nominated for anything.
For literally anything.
Doesn't matter.
FBI top 10 most wanted. Let's do it.
I need nominations. I need validation.
You know what else validates me?
What's that?
Whenever somebody buys an East Coast Horror Group t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, hop on over to fastcustomshirts.com right now and buy yourself an East Coast Horror Group t-shirt. It helps to save the trees.
Buy two.
All proceeds go to the Drew and Mike Not Poor Fund. It's a 501(c)(3). We get the money.
501 scares Karen.
Oh, God, I was just going to make a comment. It's like we follow the same charity restrictions that scares the Karen us.
So we just take
all the money. Are they still doing shows?
I guess so. I don't know.
Should look that up.
Look at my kid.
I can't believe he's blocking for that. Oh yeah, they still do a show.
Yay.
Huh. Interesting.
I'm sure it's amazing.
It doesn't say anything about celebrity shit. Now I'm gonna look at it. Oh, who's that?
That's always a good start.
They do have Eugene Clark though, so that's at least one.
Oh.
I literally don't know who this is. Night of the Comet. Did you guys ever see that movie?
I have.
Okay. I have not.
It's about a comet.
Is it kind of like Carl Sagan's Cosmos?
No, nothing like that. Like, think of that and like the opposite. It's just an 80s movie.
Oh.
Nothing special. It's nothing special.
Since we're talking about movies that I've never seen, what about Devil's Well, Mike?
I recently saw the trailer for that.
Did you? It's right now you can watch it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Huh. I'll have to watch that then. I watched the trailer for it, and it's another paranormal film.
You like these, don't you?
I do. It's a soft spot for them. I will watch all of them, even if they're terribly bad, which I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah, which is most of them.
Yeah, about 90% of them, yes.
Yeah.
But then you get that Grave Encounters that sneaks in.
Yeah, that was really good.
Like, wow, that was refreshing. So I watched the trailer, and I mean, it looks decent. It looks like it has a decent story. The one thing in the article that I read, the one thing that was bothersome to me is it said, like, the headline was like, "The Devil's Well will make paranormal activity look PG." And I just, what is this, a fucking dick pulling competition? Man, just put a fucking movie out.
PG-13?
What?
The original was PG-13, right?
The original Paranormal Activity?
Yeah.
No, I think it was R.
Was it? I was going to say, if it was PG-13, what the fuck are you? That's not even a diss. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, and I mean, the diss was lame, and then I just, again, like, put your movie out there and let it stand on its own. Yeah, it's in the same genre as, like, Paranormal Activity and whatnot, but this, like, targeting a film and being like, yeah, you remember that one was scary and you liked it? Well, this one's going to be scarier. Like, come on, dude. Just fucking put it out there and let it be, man. Stand behind your product. I just don't get that kind of marketing. But I'll check it out.
I got confirmation Paranormal Activity was in fact R. Our chat room has looked into that. We have 2 people in the chat room right now going crazy, Ben and Adam. So thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
I did enjoy Paranormal Activity. I'm not going to lie. I thought that movie was good. It was original. It was a genre starter, if you will. So I guess you go in the biggest guy in the yard and you punch him in the nose. I guess this is what this movie wanted to do. But,
and then usually what happens is they beat the shit out of you, which is probably what's going to happen with this too. But
yeah, definitely. But the trailer, it looks good. Not like, oh, this looks good, but it looks like someone had money behind it. You know what I mean? Like it looks crisp. It looks nice. It has a production value to it. So there is that. So I'll watch it, especially if it's on Amazon Prime, because that's free.
Yeah, it is. It's $2.99 to rent.
I don't utilize Amazon Prime enough for their content. I just use.
Yeah, dude, they have a ton of shit, man.
I know. I gotta start doing that.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's literally the richest person in the world.
He is.
Isn't that crazy? He took over jobs. The guy who owns. Yeah. Do you remember when it was just a bookstore too?
Yeah.
Like that's where I used to get books from college and shit. Like it just was around back then.
Yep. And now you can get anything from there.
Literally, I mean, from dildos to prescription medication. I don't know why dildos was immediately the first thing that I thought. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know why, but
no, we get dog food delivered monthly from Amazon.
Yeah, we do too. That's the hell of a service.
It's drones, dude. Just bring the drones in. Was that a drone noise?
Yes.
What was that, dude?
My drone noise.
No.
And now there's a new thing.
Like you stepped on a dog.
That's my drone noise, and you're gonna have to live with it.
That's fucking the worst, dude.
Now that that sometimes they have the UPS deliver it or the postal service, but then they have their own delivery people. Right. They take a picture now of where they put it, like on your porch.
Holy shit!
When you look at your orders, you'd be like, "Oh, there it is, right there."
Yeah. Why wouldn't the post office and FedEx and UPS do that a long fucking time ago?
Well, I can't speak for UPS or FedEx, but for the postal service, it's because they're all fucking retarded.
So, I hate when people talk about the postal service like, oh, it's not making any money because of email. Like, it's not there to make money. It's a fucking service the government provides.
Exactly. This is not for profit, idiots. And maybe try to hire someone with a brain.
Schools don't make any money. What? Anyway. So, yeah, fuck the Pony Express too while we're at it. So I thought this was cool. I wanted to talk about the Cloverfield. Did you see the Cloverfield paradox yet?
I did not.
Okay, I just thought that the marketing of this series has been really strange. The first one had a huge marketing campaign behind it. Like any huge blockbuster film would. The second one, it had like a week?
Yeah, something like that. It was very short.
And this one was literally, and they said it was on, and it was on that exact same time. And the next one, J.J. Abrams is going to knock on your door and throw a copy of it at you and run?
That would be sweet.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm I'm just saying it's strange.
I don't really know what the end game of this Cloverfield thing is.
I'm okay with it.
I don't need to know what the end game is. I'm just confused, I guess.
Yeah. The first one was, I think, pretty much just all around bad. I don't remember anything good from that movie at all.
Because there wasn't anything good from it. Fucking terrible.
Obviously, the John Goodman one was amazing. And this last one, I think, is getting kind of a bad rap from critics. It might be a similar thing, like you said, with Paranormal Activity, how you kind of have a soft spot for paranormal-related horror films, is where I suffer the same ilk with sci-fi and horror mixed together.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of Event Horizon. It almost is followed a near same plot. I feel like this movie could have been what happened to the people that were in hell that they found in Event Horizon.
Which is still one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah. The acting I thought was really, really good. Had the guy from the IT crowd on it, the Irish guy. There's other actors so you'll recognize too. But
yeah, I'll have to watch it. I knew it was out, but it really wasn't high on my list of things to watch. But
for me, that was like the big Super Bowl ad. I'm like, Netflix is just like, oh yeah, after the Super Bowl, watch Cloverfield Paradox, the new Cloverfield movie by J.J. Abrams. I'm like, what? Okay, yeah.
I was stuck in a Baltimore airport forever on the Super Bowl.
What the fuck were you doing there?
Coming back from Atlanta, I had a layover.
Oh, that's right.
The weather was bullshit. So I had to sit in the fucking airport.
Did you get delayed?
Yeah.
How long?
An hour and a half. It's terrible.
Time to finally get home.
Like midnight.
Yikes.
Wanted to kill things at that point in the evening.
What happens to the airport whenever nobody's? Is there like? I've never been to the airport and everything's been like closed or it's been too late. I feel like.
Oh, the Pittsburgh airport, when we got in, it was like 11:45 or something, and it was like completely deserted except for like the dude that's riding around on the floor thing, Shiner. So he was cruising around, and then like you got to like the baggage claim area, and that's where all the people were. It was pretty bumping, but yeah, it's just
it was bumping.
Yeah, lots of people there, but it's pretty deserted.
Huh. So I don't want to spoil the Cloverfield Paradox, obviously, for anybody. Oh no! Oh no!
Get sexy. Woo! Get sexy.
No, I didn't miss that.
Don't lie. You missed Tim's voice. You guys all know that that's Tim, right? He just speeded up his voice the way it sounds. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Another film that I watched recently was a Netflix original called The Ritual. Did you ever see that?
I didn't. Never heard of it.
Well, I don't want to spoil that for anybody either, but it is also one of the most refreshing horror movies I've seen in a long time. Definitely my favorite one of this year so far. So it's getting kind of beat up, I think, online too. It's got like a 6, where it should at least have, in my opinion, probably an 8 or a 9. So I don't even want to give anything away on that, but definitely go check out The Ritual. Great creature feature, so to speak.
I did want to mention one horror film that I did see over our hiatus.
I want to hear about it.
And I did talk to Adam about this in great length because we're both fans of this film, but it's called The Transfiguration. You can see it on Netflix.
ABC Family.
Yes. I don't want to. I didn't want to do this on Dead On because I don't want to give anything away. It's, I guess, for lack of a better term, it's a vampire film, I guess.
Really?
Sort of. It's It's so good. It's the first film that I found myself, like, I watched it, and I was like, it's a slow burn. And anybody that has ever talked to me knows that I do not like slow burns. I'm just not a fan. This movie was perfect as a slow burn. I mean, it couldn't have been done any other way. But it was the first movie that I watched, and I was, you banter with the person that you watched it with, which was my wife. She didn't care for it, but that's her opinion. So the next day, I found myself thinking about the film. And the more I thought about it, the more I really liked it and liked how it was done, and I just loved the story. And I can't tell you the last time a horror film made me, like, the next day I was thinking about it. So, just top-notch acting, writing, the style of the film. I just thought it was fantastic. Definitely check that out. I don't want to give a fucking thing away, because I think anybody that's going to watch this needs to watch it with fresh eyes and just take it in, because it's really good. I think you would really like it, Drew.
I mean, whenever I think of the word transfiguration, I think of like Catholic, the Bible, like whenever Jesus comes back, because it has nothing to do with that.
No, it has absolutely nothing to do with Jesus.
Okay. Because am I right? I mean, that's just what that's what I automatically thought of. I like vampires, though. I like
the vampires. What?
I like the sparkly kind the best.
They are awesome. But yeah, it's
Transfiguration. Is that what happened to Bruce Jenner?
No. That was what do they call that?
That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. Oh. Sorry, everyone out there.
I'm triggered. Thanks. Okay, I'm better.
What? Did you find your safe space?
I did. In my dick hole.
What?
My safe space is in my dick hole.
That's fucking... I'm just going to move on from that. I don't even really have anything to say about that, to be honest. That's awful. Holy shit. Did you hear that in the headphones? Sorry.
What?
Nothing. I checked something off the listeners are going to have some behind the scenes stuff. Maybe we'll get some money from Wonderlist. But I checked something off the list, having no idea it was going to make this enormous fucking dinging sound in my ear when I did it. And it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, we actually didn't hear it on this side. There was a while when I used to keep that open during the show, and it would go over the air, and I learned my lesson on that one. But Wonderlist is a great program. I'm out!
Hey,
Make sure you buy Movie Pass.
What? It's not even a thing anymore, I don't think. They done with that. It was nice while it lasted, though. For Tim, I guess. I didn't buy it.
Oh, I still got it. It's going great.
Good. I'm glad for you, Tim.
Lilu Movie Pass.
Stop it. Oh, God, no, that's Multipass. Holy shit. I almost didn't have any clue what you were talking about there. I thought you had a stroke.
Lilu Multipass.
God, she was hot in that movie. So, yes, this... they would never sponsor us. Wonderlist. For all your wonderful lists. Brought to you by Wonderlist. Oh, man. So, aside from some of these horror movies that are starting off pretty strong in 2018, it's got a good outlook so far. Let's talk a little bit about Days of the Dead Atlanta, Mike, and the travels to Atlanta and the convention and how everything went and the celebrities and all the hot news and gossip. Let's talk. Let's dish.
I don't know where you want to start.
Let's start on Friday.
Okay, so Friday, we got there. Tim was busy at a Muppet Museum.
Shut the fuck up. Is
No,
that
no.
real?
Honest
Yeah.
to God, there is a place called the Museum of Puppetry Arts. It is a short train ride from our hotel, and they had Muppet stuff there. They had Dark Crystal. They had Labyrinth, and yeah, it was cool to see like the actual Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, that actually is kind of cool
stuff.
now that you describe it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun and relatively inexpensive, like $20, and it included a puppet show that went for an hour. Went for a freaking hour, but it was okay. And oh yeah, and we're being reminded Dark Crystal is actually in theaters this weekend. It's like on the 25th, the 28th, and March 3rd, I think, are the days that it's showing on Fathom. So if you have a Fathom theater nearby, hit the Dark Crystal. Yep.
Is this what they did? They're like, we really, really don't have any more ideas left in Hollywood, so we're just going to show movies from 25 years ago.
That's what Fathom's been doing for a while now. Because I saw all the John Hughes movies recently at the theater. It was fun. Because that's the last good movie that was made there. You know.
What the fuck is John Hughes?
Oh, fuck. I'm out.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you for that.
Okay, well
So
then
speaking of the-
I got back to the hotel, Mike, and continue.
Then he got back to the hotel and we hung out, and it was fun.
Did you kiss?
No.
Heavy petting only.
Jesus.
Gross. Let me see. I'm trying to find the schedule here. Fuck it. I'll wing it. So what do we have? Yeah, Friday was kind of low key, just kind of hung out, and then some things started popping off with panels. We started with the Ray Wise panel. Drew, you were involved with the RoboCop panel. This time it was just Ray, and he was really, really cool. He was very energetic in his answers. Talked a lot more about Lynch in this one. He just seems like a really down-to-earth, pretty cool guy. He captivated the audience the entire time, and I did enjoy myself through that panel.
You know, the last one you did in Chicago, it was Ray Wise and Ronnie Cox, and this proved that Ray Wise could do one all by his lonesome, because it did not lose steam. In fact, we were telling him to leave, and he didn't leave. You know, you know how most of those guys, they say, okay, let's thank Ray Wise, and they're like, whoa, I blinked, and they're back at the table signing, you know. He's sitting there, he wants to tell one more story about, what was it, Twin Peaks, I think, that he sneaked in one more story before we went.
About the Queen of England and Twin Peaks.
What about her?
She
Was a fan.
had some.
Is she in the new season?
No, she had some sort of event going on, and this was when the original airing of Twin Peaks was happening.
Okay.
And she had some event at the palace, and Paul McCartney was there to perform for her. And she had to tell him to wait because she had to watch Twin Peaks before she came out.
That's hilarious.
So,
how did he find that out?
I guess Lynch told him.
Is David Lynch British?
Mm-mm.
No.
He travels sometimes. There's these things called airplanes, Drew, and people can get on them and go to other places.
I hope you die in one.
It seems that as for obscure and surreal and weird David Lynch's work is, he's not that way at all.
No, he seems pretty normal from the stories.
Yeah, Ray said he's very
much a journeyman director. You know, just kind of, okay, here's what we do next. But he's got these crazy ass movies he makes.
So,
I guess he gets it all out, right? He needs a place for that outlet, and he does it. And
Yeah.
And he never
it
wants
there.
to give people answers ever.
Yeah.
Like that. If he answers something, he feels like he's failed.
Mike, I have the schedule here, so I can feed them to you here. Jason Takes Manhattan was the next panel.
Right.
It's my
so
favorite.
we had
It's my favorite one.
the very first panel ever for Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. So we had Kane Hodder, B.C. Dupree, Barbara Bingham, and Tiffany Paulson. Am I right?
Sarah Paulson.
So Sarah Paulson was not there. This was Tiffany. She looked mighty fine. Just going to say that. She actually looks better now than she did back.
She was totally making a pass at you. I'm just saying, you weren't picking up on it.
Yeah.
You weren't picking up on it. But then
was
again,
like,
so was
"Ooh."
Kane. Kane was also making a pass at you, and you didn't see it.
Like, ooh, what is Jabba the Hutt doing on stage?
Tu samanquilo, pozo. Holo.
All right. The next panel was probably the one I thought was most interesting. It was the It Past and Present panel.
We did that on Friday?
That was on Friday, buddy.
Huh.
Mike was
So yeah, that
obviously
happened. I had too many libations. So it was I thought it was interesting because we had the two actors that played Ben and Mike, past and present. So I thought that was a really cool dynamic to get perspectives on the characters from each time period, each film and all that. So it was really cool. So I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, one of the top things on that one too was they had never really met face to face before. They had corresponded, etc., but they had never been, like, as I like to say, breathing the same air at the same time. That they actually were all there together. So that was pretty cool. Even like in the rooms, I don't know if you noticed this, Mike, but the new It kids were sitting in a totally different area than the the ex It kids, I guess, from the 90s. They were in a totally different area, which I thought was strange. I was like, why wouldn't you have them sit next to each other? I didn't get that. That I didn't understand. But anyway, that happened.
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
And next up on Friday was the Days of the Dead Hall of Fame ceremony.
Yeah, when Brian Williams and Ellie Church were inducted into the independent portion, and I was able to induct Mr. Bill Moseley into the celebrity portion of the Hall of Fame.
That's awesome.
So it was fun. It was a good time, and then karaoke, of course, followed, and
Right.
I guess it went to like 3 a.m. So a lot of people having fun with the old karaoke's.
And
You can blame the Japanese for that.
You can.
Yes, you can. It means empty orchestra. That's what karaoke means. All right. Saturday, you did a Karate Kid. I'm serious. That's what it means.
Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah. Okay. Karate Kid with Ralph Macchio started off our Saturday.
From
Yeah,
Dancing
sure.
with the Stars.
Whoa! The crane kick.
Was that the drone again? Oh.
Yeah.
The drones are back.
Flying around.
Mike's drone noise.
Oh.
We have to have that for later on in the show.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
it was
sorry.
William Zabka, Ralph Macchio, and Martin Cove.
Did they fight?
They did not.
But,
They
but
were-
we did seat them far apart so that they wouldn't
Mhm.
be
Did.
tempted.
Did.
Yeah.
Mercy is for the weak. A great panel. They were very easy to talk to. Really seemed to really love their fans and love the fact that they were part of the film. We got to talk about the new Cobra Kai series on YouTube Red. That's I don't know if it's out or it's coming out.
It actually, I believe the premiere episode is out right now. And I don't know with YouTube Red if they put out all the episodes at once like Netflix or not.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I thought I was reading some early reviews on it. And, you know, pretty well what people say about all these. Okay, it was kind of fun to revisit that world.
Yeah.
You know, nobody was like, this is the greatest show ever. I didn't see that yet. So
That's the circus.
it is. And that movie's still in the movie house, you know.
You're a dick.
If you get your movie pass, you can watch it multiple times.
Did you get to talk about My Cousin Vinny at all?
No, there was
plenty to talk about with Karate Kid. There was not a dull moment in that thing.
Well, I'll be completely honest with you. This is a little behind the scenes. It took fucking forever to get them there.
Really?
It was like herding cats. I don't know what the fuck was the problem. We had one, and then that one disappeared, and then they couldn't find Billy Zabka, and then Ralph was at his table, and he didn't know what time it was or some shit. So, like, I really had to rush through that panel because we obviously had panels scheduled, and that was the first time in the 20 plus shows that I've done that I only had one panel on Saturday.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy because Philpott came up to me Friday night and he was like, Malcolm McDowell just wants a microphone and he's going to do this like one-man show thing. And inside I was like, yes, thank God. Because we got past McDowell one time at Culture Shock and I didn't want to test those waters again.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I wanted to take that one victory and be happy with it. So he did his own, Matthew Lillard did his own, and those were the three that were scheduled for that day. But I did want to mention that the Karate Kid panel, not on YouTube Red, on YouTube Free, East Coast Horror Group, is the Karate Kid panel up for your viewing pleasure. So go check it out, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you like what you see.
Hey YouTube, it's your boy Drew saying no.
Now on that day we also had a wonderful lunch down the street, and we came back in time to see the Makeup FX Challenge, which was again pretty well attended.
Pretty well lit.
It was well lit. I continue to be shocked what these guys can do, basically given a bunch of Avon makeup, and it's like, here, now make monster, and it's incredible. Like, one person was like a full-on alligator human head. I'm like, how the hell did they do that?
Lots of tissue paper
and a little bit of magic.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of both.
And a bit of semen.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Thanks for doing that.
And you can see that on
Oh, God.
East Coast Horror Group Sings the Hits.
That's right.
Picked it up at your local record shop.
Then we couldn't find a place to eat, but we did eventually.
I thought you would just go to the same little diner up the fucking hill that we always go to.
That's
where we had lunch.
That's where we had lunch, yeah. But dinner, we did not want to walk around downtown Atlanta all that much in the dark.
No, because walking around downtown Atlanta in the daytime was scary enough.
Yeah. But then we came back for the VIP party, and I remember seeing a couple of the celebs came down for that. And then they had, during the actual party, they had Elzig, who is an Elvis and Helvig
Danzig
mix cover artist. Danzig. Yeah, Danzig and Elvis. And he would like switch back and forth between the two. You had to see it. That's all there is to it.
I can kind of imagine it right now, to be completely honest with you.
I heard
So
a lot
was
of
it-
people.
Well,
really
you're
dug
wrong.
it.
You're wrong. Yeah, it was different.
You got a lot of good reviews. I didn't see it.
It actually, I really enjoyed it, and I'm generally not real big on the party and that stuff, but that was very entertaining while he was up there. Sunday started with Bill Moseley, and that was Bill Moseley. I don't know. Did we get any revelations at that one?
I did get to ask him what if there were to be another rejects or whatever, what he would like to see. Rather, would it be a more of a corpses or a rejects tone and all that kind of stuff. So that was a little different. I was trying to throw him different type of questions, but he steers it back to the regular stuff.
Yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Manicure, and yes,
Yeah.
And then Ernie Hudson was I think
Who
the
was-
last panel.
Who was completely different than the Ernie Hudson in Louisville.
Shut up. He didn't
Yeah.
talk about the resurrection and stuff? He
No,
wanted
dude.
to say that he was in a movie and they liked it?
Yeah, he was actually engaging.
What?
Willing to talk. Gave good answers.
It was a good
It was
good
He
panel.
didn't just say I got paid the entire time?
he didn't. He really didn't. It was
It was a great.
there was a lot
panel.
more. Yeah, there was a lot more thought. This was much more of a, hey, like you actually care you were there, Ernie Hudson, as opposed
Yeah.
to Louisville Ernie Hudson. So
What was going on in Ernie Hudson's life in Louisville that's what he felt like he needed to say?
I don't know, man. He was off the rails a little bit.
Did you talk about the Crow at all?
Yeah, we talked about the Crow. We talked about Ghostbusters, obviously.
Congo.
We had some time to Congo.
He loves
Oz.
freaking Congo. He goes on about that one all the time.
Amy, loud, Amy.
Well, he goes when you mention Congo. I shit you not. 2 seconds later, he is in that accent. He
Really?
cannot. He cannot. He did that in Louisville too.
Yeah,
He did
it's a
that
great
in
act. It's a
Louisville.
great character.
It is. I think that he mentioned. I thought he said that was his favorite role.
He did.
But yeah, but he was a lot more fun to listen to this time. Though I think you guys were kind of down on him in Louisville. I don't think it was as bad as you guys made it out, but he was very good at this time.
Yeah, he was. It was an enjoyable panel, and that wrapped it up. And then it was the travel from hell. So that was a good time.
From Hotlanta to Baltimore to
To sit on
Pittsburgh.
your ass forever. Blech. Hated it.
Was it snowy or something when you guys got back?
No, in Chicago, apparently it snowed like 10 feet,
Yep.
and that's where my plane was. So it was delayed like fucking forever from Chicago to get to Baltimore.
And that's where I was going to, and it kept getting delayed, and then starting up, and then delayed, and yeah, it was fun. Good times. Good times. Up until then, it was a perfect trip for me. It was so much fun, and that Puppetry Arts Museum was really unique. You're not going to see that anywhere else. It was really different.
I'm surprised they let you in somewhere with so many kids there.
You know, I did have to wear the bracelet, you know, but you know.
Weird.
Always loved the pedophile jokes. Thanks so much for those, by the way.
What do you mean joke? I'm trying to warn people.
This is real life.
This ain't a fucking game. So, I mean, what about a new Rejects movie?
As far as Bill said, that he will believe it when he hears it from Rob himself and sees a script.
Well,
up to this point.
Why do people keep reporting it and saying that this is happening?
Because they would rather report a story and be first than correct.
Yep.
I guess that's pretty much what happens with the news.
They are asked about it all the time because he and Sid have a little routine they do every time they get asked. And
What's the little routine they do? Do they just like sing and dance like a routine?
No, somebody asks and then they yell over to the other one, "Hey, do you think there's going to be another Rejects?" And they say no because we're dead at the end of that movie. Spoiler, by the way. But yeah, that was Atlanta.
In a nutshell.
Was Sid there?
No, he was working on a movie.
Is it The Devil's Rejects?
Yeah. It's actually called The Diner's Rejects.
Now, one of the highlights,
manicure.
one of the highlights of the show was they had a Ghostbusters pinball machine going there, and you could play it for free. That was
Really?
great. Yeah,
I played it.
yeah, it was
That is
fun.
dope.
It was fun, and it's Ernie Hudson's voice all over that.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah, yeah.
I did have one highlight of the show. I got to see my girl, Meg Foster, again.
She was in 31 and she was really good in it.
Yeah. And I had her sign my Evil Lynn pop.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And she is a sweetheart.
Is she?
She gave me a piece of candy.
Yikes.
God.
She did. She had like rock candy that she got from upstairs, and she was like, "Would you like a piece?" And I'm not going to say no to a piece of candy from Meg Foster. Are you fucking retarded?
Of course, you're always looking for a piece out of her.
No. I love her, but she has seen better days in that aspect.
Yeah. She was one of them that actually came down to the VIP party, though.
She's the shit.
Yep.
That's right. She was in 31. I forgot about that.
Yeah, she was the one that should have been the final girl, to be honest with you, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really the first movie that I was like, Rob, stop it with Sherry. Just fucking stop it.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So that's
So-
Atlanta. Next up is Charlotte, North Cara.
Do, do, do.
Lina,
Take your shirt off
leave it around your head.
like a helicopter. Beat a palm, motherfucker.
No.
I like magical dongs.
Damn it.
I
He
can't
does.
wait to fuck your feet.
Oh, no.
Oh, the best one ever.
I hate it more than anything.
So out of context. It's so awful. God damn it.
By awful,
if
you
you
mean
watch
awful.
this, if you watch this, you need to fucking pull your eyeballs out with a spoon and kill yourself.
It's true.
Still
Whores make money with their mouth, but it doesn't make it right.
I don't understand it, but I like it.
Those are my
That's some
favorites.
sage wisdom right there.
That
I know,
is-
right?
That is. Okay, I'm out. You guys have control again.
Well, thanks, Tim.
You're welcome. Out.
But so something that I think has been kind of a focal point of East Coast Horror Group, and somebody that an organization that we've done a lot of work with, been to a lot of events with, met a lot of friends through, is the Hollywood Theater. We've talked about it many times in the show, and Mike, you probably know a little bit more about this than I do, but apparently the ownership is changing hands, or what exactly has happened to the Hollywood Theater?
The Hollywood Theater as we know it is dead. There was about a year ago a guy joined the board. I don't know his name, but basically he had his own agenda of wanting to turn it into a second run theater. So we all know what a second run theater is.
It's the one you get to see it for like $2.
Right. So the rest of the board was like, no, we really like what we're doing here with the different, events that we have and the eclectic films that we show, from anime to silent film to horror to sci-fi to all that different kind of stuff. So he decided to leave the board because later on you find out that he left the board because he didn't get his own way. So he decided to hook up with this other organization, the Theatrical Historic Society or something. I guess they are nationwide, and they just moved their headquarters to Pittsburgh. So it's another group that's run by membership. People send money in, and they run off of that. So with that and him and them, they decided they just would buy the building. The Hollywood Theater, the board, which is called the Friends of the Hollywood Theater, they were in works to get some grants and do some fundraising to actually purchase the building, and then they would be, on their own. They wouldn't be beholden to anybody. Well, before they could do that, this guy came in and essentially bought the building out from underneath them, and gave them a date that they had to be out by. So the John Carpenter Film Fest happened Saturday, and the Hollywood Theater closed its doors on cool events right after that. So now I saw the website. I guess it's either opening, I think it might be opening tomorrow, and they are running the Black Panther there for 2 weeks straight. That's the only film they're showing, is the Black Panther. So this thing is not going to last at all. It's going to hemorrhage money, and it's just a shame. It's a shame that a lot of people put a lot of effort into it. For, I think, Friends of the Hollywood were there for 7 or 8 years, making it is what it is today, or what it was. And for someone to come in and just sort of destroy all that work and make it another commercial piece, it's sad. It's a bummer. We've done a lot of stuff there. We had some plans to do a lot more there, but that's now all gone. So a cool place to go in Pittsburgh is no more.
Interesting that a theatrical preservation society, or whatever the fuck they call themselves, would do something that shits on the arts so bad.
That's the thing. That's what a lot of people didn't understand, and how you're going to turn a non-profit theater that supported the arts, that supported all of this kind of stuff, and make it a for-profit theater that's showing second-run movies, when in a 10-mile radius you have fucking 4 huge movie theaters.
It's the Black Panther. Everybody's already seen the fucking Black Panther. Just made $300 million at the box office the first weekend.
Yep.
You dumb fuck.
So, I mean, if you want to see the Black Panther, you've already seen it.
Yep.
And to monopolize a one-screen theater for 2 weeks, they're going to lose money turning their projector on to show the fucking thing to an empty theater. That's for real. So it's just a shame. It's slimy people with agendas, when they don't get their own way, they're going to cry and fuck it up for everybody. So it sucks. But,
you know what we could do?
Burn it down.
Burn it to the motherfucking ground.
I agree.
I mean, the place has inspired so much. Like the Hollywood Theater being there, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show being a part of that, and being a part of Pittsburgh, and a part of the identity of the arts in Pittsburgh. Emma Watson was there. It spawned the Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is a critically renowned independent film. Who got to start there. That's what the movie was centralized around. Was this somewhere where the director could be himself and have fun and be an artist, and it's not there anymore.
It's there, just a shell of itself. It's sad. I'll never walk in that building again. Sucks. But Guy got his way. Yay.
Hopefully he dies of like rectal cancer or something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, we still got a lot more to talk about. I mean, obviously we got a lot more to talk about because we haven't been on the air in months. But
Millennia.
yes, for several thousand years. But we're gonna keep all that around. We're gonna talk to you again on Tuesday. Make sure you tune in. It's gonna be at 9 p.m. Eastern for Dead on Movie Reviews. I'm gonna talk about Troll Hunters. So there's a little tease for you.
I'm gonna talk about Day of the Dead Bloodline.
Oh no, I'm interested in that. I haven't seen you been real pissed off on that show in a while, so I'm sure that wasn't good. So I'm interested to see what you say. I know the original one was good, so that's even better. Tim's going to be on there. He's going to be talking about probably some movie that came out when I was, just a fetus or embryo. But it should be fun. I love Dead on Movie Reviews. We always have a good time. And that's going to be Tuesday, this next coming Tuesday. It's a select one. So you're going to want to check it out on YouTube. And that's where we'll be. I'm excited. I'm excited to get back into the flow of things. I'm glad that you guys came to chat with us, everybody in the chat room. Thank you, everybody who stuck by us, even though the Rondeau Awards didn't. We thank you.
We do.
And that's it, but stay tuned on the same channel here on YouTube for another episode of From Dust Till Dawn Radio for the unscripted content that you can stomach. Bye, guys. We love you. Thank you. Cheers.
Stop it! Stop it!
What was that?
Stop it!
Oh, God.
I wrote it!
I wrote it, but I wrote that. I done did.
We drew straws. George got the long straw.
He got the big one, so he's a famous one. Why? That's
That's amazing.